Hello, we're going to take notes 5 on dividing fractions. This is our last fraction operation notes. We've done one on adding and subtracting, multiplying, and now dividing. Just like multiplying fractions, the most important first step is that there are no mixed numbers allowed. You have to change them all to improper fractions, and then you work forward. Some students try to do some work first and then change them, and that's not okay. The first thing you have to do is get rid of all mixed numbers by making them improper fractions. And then the cool thing about dividing fractions is that there's just one step here in blue. You have to flip the second and multiply. To divide fractions, I have a little rap. It's dividing fractions easy as pie. Flip the second and multiply. Some people remember keep, change, flip, where you keep this first fraction, you change this to multiplication, and you flip this, keep, change, flip, you flip this one. I like flip the second and multiply. So the main part here is that you're taking 6 over 25 and you're making it 25 over 6. This fraction, 6 over 25 and 25 over 6, those two fractions are called reciprocals. Reciprocals when you have one fraction inverted. So some teachers or some students say you multiply by the reciprocal. That's the most mathematical way of dividing fractions, is to say you multiply by the reciprocal. You might hear people say that, but another way to remember, again, is just to flip the second fraction. So flip this one over and change it to multiplication. Let's do a couple of examples. Our first example here is 1/4 divided by 2/7. There are not any mixed numbers, so we can immediately just start working. 1/4 divided by 2/7. We're going to flip the second fraction. So 1/4, and this is 7 over 2 now. We flip it around, we make it the reciprocal, and then we're going to multiply. And then we have to remember our multiplying fraction rules. Multiply fractions, remember we try to cross cancel. There's nothing I can take out of a 2 and a 1 or a 7 or a 4. So then we just do top times top over bottom times bottom. And we're left with 7/8. So that's my answer. So dividing fractions, nothing is new here except because you're multiplying the fractions. The new thing, like the thing you have to just remember is that you have to flip it, write it as a multiplication problem, and then follow your normal multiplication steps. For this one, we're going to flip the second and multiply. So 8 over 21 stays 8 over 21. 3 over 35 becomes 35 over 3. That's the reciprocal. And then we multiply. When we multiply fractions, my recommendation is to always try to cross cancel. You don't have to. You could do 8 times 35 and 21 times 3 and then simplify a ton, or you could try to cross cancel. 8 and 3 have nothing in common, but 35 and 21 do. They both have a 7. So if we take out a 7, 35 divided by 7 is 5, and 21 divided by 7 is 3. After we simplify, then we do top times top over bottom times bottom. So 8 times 5 is 40. 3 times 3 is 9. And then we have to make this a mixed number. 9 goes into 40 4 times, because 9 times 4 is 36, with 4 left over. So that is our answer. For this last one, before we flip the second and multiply, we have to deal with that mixed number. So the first thing we do is we write it as an improper fraction, and we're 3 times 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So this first fraction is 5/3 divided by 5/6. Now we're in correct form, so now we can divide those by flipping the second and multiply. So we're going to leave this as 5 over 3 times 6 over 5. We flipped that second fraction. We can cross cancel the 5s. Those just become 1s. And we can cross cancel the 6 and the 3. You can take a 3 out of both. And then we do top times top over bottom times bottom. 2 over 1 is the same as 2, the whole number 2. Thank you.